My name is Aaron. I'm actually the lead walkthrough coordinator here at Beaver Coach Sales. I've worked here for just shy of 2 years, and honestly, what drew me to Beaver Coach Sales was kind of knowing other people that have worked here and the reasons why they'd stayed here. So the culture that Beaver Coach has was a big draw. Also, my wife and I were full-time RVers for about 9 years. So I have a lot of experience within the RV industry that just seemed applicable to come and do what I do here. I'd say a big part of my goal in a walkthrough process is to build rapport with the customer. You know, obviously we want to deliver you a product that you can be proud of. We can be proud of that delivery as well. My biggest goal is to make you feel a part of something. And I want you to know that when you leave here, you have a lot of resources. You know, there's so many times in this industry where you could go buy a new RV, motorhome, any of those things, and the second you're gone off the lots, you're forgotten about. Okay, I've bought new RVs myself, and that was the exact same experience that I had. And I could say, you know, here at Beaver Coach Sales, doing what we do is kind of cutting edge. There's not a lot of dealers or service centers that have an extensive walkthrough like what we do.
So RVing started for us once we were married, and we've been married for going on 35 years.
We've had quite a few coaches. Like say, this is our sixth coach. I've dealt with quite a few different dealerships. This dealership, I don't know how to say except the people are great here. You know, you're comfortable with them when you're talking to them. They answer questions. I described what I wanted, and he says, I think I got the coach for you. So Eric, what he did is he sent us a video, which was great. I've sent it to all my friends, and they go, I can't believe how nice this thing is.
We kind of just decided that the styling of the King Air was the best for us. We ended up calling and talking to Eric, and the best thing about this entire experience has been the people. Every single person at this place treat you like they've known you for years and years. And the same with Eric. It's like, it's perfect. And I don't expect that any other salesman here would be any different.
Obviously, this is most customers' best day. Super excited. We're getting a new motorhome, we get a new RV, we get to go out camping, and we're kind of helping facilitate memories for them there. So this is your timeline. I never get into a coach with a customer and say, well, guys, I got an hour. What are your questions? Let's get through it. It's really, really relaxed. I mean, essentially, obviously every walkthrough coordinator and tech is different, but when I start a walk, we're doing the same thing we're doing right now. We sit down, I introduce myself, I give a little bit of my background history. I'm asking the customer their background, their intentions with the coach, their history with RVing. You know, this is all little things that at the time to the customer might not seem so important, but for them to be comfortable with me and me comfortable with them, I want to, do my best to, introduce ourselves and be on the same page.
We know we've gone through 4 other walkthroughs before, but this really exceeded our expectations. We had no idea that he'd go in that in depth with us on things, and it was really appreciative the way he explained how things worked.
Yeah, because previously it was like, 30 minutes and goodbye, thank you, see you later, don't come back. I felt it was really professional and personal. It didn't feel like we were just a sale. It felt like a family.
So typical walkthrough, like I said, essentially we come in, we stage the coach for the customer. We have it in the showroom. We try to make it look like a campsite as well. So we're taking additional products from our store, such as, grills, pizza ovens, even floor mats and that sort of thing. Customers come in, we do the introductory period. We walk them through every aspect of the coach. I'm not talking about just, major systems. We're opening every drawer. We're talking about refrigerators, microwaves, those sort of things that are, you would think we've all operated a refrigerator and a microwave, washing machines, those sort of things. But, we want our customers to be 100% comfortable with everything that's in their coach. At that point in time, as soon as we're done with the walk, I try to verify with the customer about individual operations in the coach. Are you 100% comfortable and confident in these systems? If they don't have any additional questions, It's very important to us to introduce them to the service and the parts department. So these are additional resources that they have available to them once they're not here. And being able to put a name with a face and that sort of thing really makes a big difference. After they leave service and parts, we essentially bring them to the store, kind of show them some of those products we may have talked about in our walk. And then they generally, if they haven't paid already or have papered, they go see our finance manager and they do that whole process as well.
Yeah, it was pretty nice though. They showed it to us inside the showroom. You see these multi-million-dollar motorhomes. You know, they show red carpet and all that kind of stuff. But we've had the same kind of experience just by buying just a normal motorhome. So they made us feel really welcome, and I felt really good about asking questions. It was like no question was stupid.
This is not our first motorhome, but things are different, and he really went over the differences with it because there is some new technology, and it was really thorough.
Yeah.
And we were impressed with the amount of detail that he went in, especially on some of the things that were really new to us. Aaron really spent the time to show us each and every aspect of how that worked, and we really appreciate it. And we really appreciate the time the rest of the folks spent too, because they were very attentive to us, and it felt like a family.
We pulled up in the truck, walked into the doors. I saw Eric standing there. I just happened to recognize him, and walked in. And your showroom, you guys had balloons out, a picture saying congratulations. You know, we shook hands, talked a little bit and everything, and walked around the whole outside of the coach, looked at everything. They had guys cleaning it and wiping it and making sure everything was perfect when we got here. Then we went inside and saw everything, and they had it all lit up and the gift basket on the table, and you know, everybody's just super friendly and nice and everything, just like family. Then what they did is they go through the coach with us, and we spent one full day going through. We started off in the back, and we went over all the keypads and how they function, everything like that, and explained all that to us. And then we started off in the restroom, went through, showed us everything in the closets, the safe, why everything was the way it was, showed us the appliances, the Samsung stacked washer dryer, how everything worked in the bedroom, you know, showed us all those type of things, showed us how the fireplace worked, you know, came into the kitchen, went over all the products, you know, opened all the cupboards. And then we came into, and they go, okay, let's sit down in the cockpit now and let's go over all the controls here, and showed us how you level the coach, how all the blinds work. You know, we sat like where we're sitting right now. Behind us is a TV that pops up. So they showed us everything about the coach, you know, and how to do everything. So it was a really good experience. You cannot beat the service. It is, you know, 5-star service.
So within reason, the basic kind of modifications that we do here are like additional solar packages, larger battery banks, those sort of things. Generally, majority of the items that you may want to add to your coach are available here within our parts department. Those are things that could be added either prior to the walk or even after if you wanted to bring the coach back. We have a handful of contractors that do work with us as well, outside contractors. That could be upgrades or that could be repairs. Sometimes there are things that, you know, are kind of out of our scope, or we don't have a particular tech that's a specialist in that. So having a good relationship with outside contractors is a big part of what we do too. I do feel that a majority of our customers, especially if they've had other RV purchasing experiences outside of Beaver Coach Sales, one, they're generally pretty impressed with the process that we give them. You know, the amount of information, the timeline, you know, the kind of lax experience that we give them, and the amount of education is generally very appreciated. We've got some customers that have bought almost 30 coaches from us, you know, but consistently, I think in this luxury motorhome sort of environment, these customers tend to want to upgrade periodically, and when they are experiencing what Beaver Coach has to offer as far as the customer service experiences, they are more than likely guaranteed to come back.
We'll be back without a doubt, and we will tell folks, because a lot of folks that we are acquainted with are interested in this new Newmar dealer, and how we're treated with our purchase and so forth. So there's a lot of people waiting to find out how things went.
Where else can you get this quality of service? Where else can you be treated as well as we've been treated? 6 other coaches from 6 other dealers. People say, oh, they make you feel like family, and people don't know what that really means until you come here. You feel really special, and that hasn't changed in the amount of time we've been here every single day. If we're lucky enough to buy another coach, we won't go anywhere but here.